everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to give you all my thoughts on F1 pre-season testing for the 2025 season, and a little bit of information about next year's pre-season testing for the 2026 season. So, let's quickly run through the timesheets for the first for the 3 days, not for the whole timesheets, just who was the fastest on each of the 3 days, and who was the fastest overall, judging by that. So, first day, the fastest overall throughout the first day was Lando Norris with a 1 minute 30.430 seconds. And I've got to say, that's pretty good. For a first day of testing, that's actually pretty good going, I'd say so. Now, as for the second day, Carlos Sainz was fastest in the Williams. Didn't see that coming, I've got to be honest. But here we are, it happened. And his fastest time was a 1 minute 29.348 seconds. So pretty much a second, just over a second faster than Lando Norris. Now for the final day of testing was George Russell with a 1 minute 29.545 seconds. And that actually puts Carlos fastest overall in Williams. Now, I just want to say that these times probably aren't going to be representative of the on-track performance of these cars, as you might have guessed, with Williams being fastest overall. Well, you never know. They might have a really good year. There is a lot of paddock talk, actually, that Williams may be in the top 5 of the teams, which is interesting, as there's definitely a top 4 that's been identified by a lot of people, including the people in the paddock. So those are going to be, of course, McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull, with the top 5 being rounded off by possibly even Williams, which I've got to say I was kind of surprised by, given how rough their season was last year. I think they finished ultimately 9th in the Constructors, which is quite a bit step down from the 2023 season, in which they finished 7th. So, how do I see Williams doing this year? Pretty well, possibly. I think they could be, semi-consistent point scorers throughout the season. But as for the top 4, McLaren, Ferrari, Red Bull and Mercedes, I think it's probably going to be roughly in that order. So I think it'll be between Ferrari and McLaren for the Constructors again. And then Red Bull, again, will probably be, fighting for podiums quite frequently. Although the Red Bull team are not confident in their car at all, to be honest. From what I've been hearing, they're not looking confident. Mercedes, however, are looking really confident in their car. Whether that confidence will actually translate into results is another matter. But I think the Constructors will be between Ferrari and McLaren once again. And as for the drivers, it may be between Lando and Oscar, or Lando and Leclerc, or possibly Lando and Lewis. I definitely think Lando is going to be in the title fight somewhere. Although there are some speculating that this year's driver's title fight could be among multiple drivers. It may be between 4 or 5 drivers, maybe even 6. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, a little bit of information about next year's pre-season testing. We're getting 9 days. The first 3 days is going to be at the new Spanish Grand Prix track. However, that will not be televised. Much like the beginning of the 2022 regulations, they didn't broadcast the pre-season testing for the 2022 season. However, we are getting a further 6 days of testing at the Bahrain circuit in the middle of February and the end of February, which will be televised, so we will get some pre-season testing next year, albeit much more than we're getting now, because as I said, there's going to be 9 days pre-season testing as opposed to this year's 3, and 3 for the last few years as well. But yeah, pre-season testing's over. We're now only just over a week away, a week and a half away from the first Grand Prix of the season in Australia. So that'll have to do it for this very quick video discussing pre-season testing. So please, like the vid, subscribe to my Roxo's channel, so the link is down in the description. My sub button is down there. please click those and then the bell icons to get both sets of our notifications. Comments as well, because why not let me know how you see the season going after pre-season testing, if you have any thoughts on it at all, that is. Once you've done that too, please follow me on the social medias. They'll be in the link tree in the description below. That is going to be Roxanne's website. And lastly, please do share the vid with all of your friends so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. Goodbye!